Who here hasn't been to space? Why? You better not throw up on my ship.
Approaching jump in 3, 2, 1.
But, you know, we'll move here to the next topic. Next topic that we're going to move to here is going to be Matt Reeves. And Matt Reeves has recently come out and said that he is deep into the sequel for the Batman. And we all know that the Batman is going to be having a sequel. We also know that it's going to have spin-off series that are going to tie into the overall narrative world that Matt Reeves is building for his Pattinson universe. So we saw it back in March. I liked this film a lot. You know, Robert Pattinson is a good Batman. I don't think he's a bad Bruce Wayne at all. I thought, well, his Bruce Wayne needs work, but his Batman, I thought his Batman was
also very
was great. It's very early,
yes,
very early year 2 Bruce Wayne. Well, year 2 Bruce Wayne. He's always been Bruce Wayne. Year 2 Batman, but but still early on Bruce Wayne. It's
still carrying that weight of what happened to him when he was a kid in that alley.
Yes,
it's still worn on his face. He's
exactly.
not even philanthropic at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed. So, you know, but we've all known that Matt Reeves' Batman universe was going to be separate from the DCU.
Thank God.
I still think it's going to be, but something came out that kind of has me. Well, actually,
really?
I don't even want to say kind of has me wondering, because take it back to what James Gunn said when the report came out that Pattinson's Batman was going to be the Batman they used in the DC reboot, to where James Gunn quote tweeted that, or replied to that tweet and said fake or false or not going to happen or something he said.
Yeah.
So we know that Matt Reeves' universe is going to be separate from the DC reboot, or the DC universe, the DCU universe, and things like that. So we know that it's coming. We know that they're doing the Penguin spinoff, and that's something we're going to talk about here in this article as well. They're doing this Penguin spinoff. I think they were even talking about doing a Clayface or something like that. There's a lot of things going on in Matt Reeves' universe, obviously ending with the Joker in the first film.
Right. In
the 5-minute deleted scene that was taken out of the film, we know that the Joker is Matt Reeves' endgame. That's where he wants to end this with. Don't expect to see the Joker. Maybe you might hear him mentioned, maybe see him, but don't expect to see the Joker come into full fruition into this universe. I think until the 3rd or 4th installment into this universe, because I think that's the end game for him. Now, when the film first came out, well, after it came out and everything like that, we had started to hear, you know, murmurs and rumors and whispers that Matt Reeves wanted to adapt Mr. Freeze as the next villain. And with Mr. Freeze being the next villain, keeping it on that very real tone that he has created this universe in, you know, with Riddler not being the traditional Riddler, with him being modeled after the Zodiac Killer and things like that. What we're going to get with Mr. Freeze is he's going to be a serial killer who freezes his victims, freezes the bodies, or something like that. That was something that we heard.
Like keeps and freezes.
Something like that. So, but if that is true, I would have to see what that's going to look like.
Right.
I would definitely, because Mr. Freeze.
If he's blue.
Right.
Does he have? Like,
does he have any of that?
Freeze technology, like
right.
How realistic do you want to go?
That's
it.
At that
point, is it even Mr. Freeze?
That's where I was getting to, because it's like. I had my trepidations with the Riddler before I went in.
Right. Yeah, they won me over with it.
Yeah, they definitely won me over with it. But I have the same trepidation I had with the Riddler I have with this Mr. Freeze adaptation too, because it's like you said, is he Mr. Freeze at that point? Like, are we going to see what is this version of Mr. Freeze's backstory going to be? You know, obviously the Riddler's was different.
Yeah.
And from the comics to the movie and things like that. But what is Mr. Freeze's backstory going to be? Like you said, is he going to have any freeze technology? I hope so.
I guess what I could see them doing, since they stole from like Zodiac Killer and basically school shooters for the Riddler, I could see them stealing from from Psycho, and like, you know, he's got his mom is like dead in the house or whatever, but like he walks around with the wig. Like I see like the catalyst being his wife dying. He has her frozen, like, because he still like has some kind of crazy hope instead. Whereas in the the comics or in the series of movies, he's like a scientist who's trying to literally
Right.
be able to bring her back,
Right,
and he has
right.
her frozen because it's like an incurable illness,
Right.
from what I remember.
Right.
But yeah, why do him though? If it's in a realistic light, there's other villains you could choose from.
Right.
The roller decks.
And we haven't seen Mr. Freeze on screen since Arnold Schwarzenegger played him anyway,
Yeah.
and that was okay if you liked it. It's great, but
Yeah.
you know,
It was funny.
right. We haven't had Mr. Freeze since then, and I would like to see some of Bat's villains done really well.
Yeah.
So
'Cause he has the best villains.
Yes, he
and
does.
Spider-Man have the best villains.
Yes. So I don't know. It's interesting. I remember when I first heard him say that, I was like, oof, I don't know. I don't know.
I had similar reaction.
But again, it's going to be one of those things where we have to see it before anything. But this is coming from Collider. Collider did a piece here on Matt Reeves, to where it says director Matt Reeves has confirmed that he's still working on the sequel for the Batman during an exclusive interview with Collider for the 15th anniversary of Cloverfield. The filmmaker underlined how the new DC Universe plans didn't get in the way of him building his corner of Gotham City. Released last year, Reeves the Batman impressed critics and fans, hauling a massive box office over $770 million worldwide that quickly led Warner Brothers to confirm the development of a sequel and some spin-off series. However, after the Warner Bros. Discovery merger, in the future the DC Universe seemed uncertain since the company began to scrap projects in favor of the new 10-year plan to unify their franchise. Last August, Reeves signed a multi-year deal with Warner Bros. Discovery, which led us to believe that his corner of the DC Universe would be safe. However, last October, James Gunn and Peter Safran were hired as co-head of DC Studios and were charged with bringing films, TV, and even games into the unified storyline. While Gunn and Safran still haven't announced their plans for the DC Universe, the duo has already made some controversial decisions so far. We know Momoa might not. Well, Momoa, not. Let's take that might.
Yeah.
Momoa's not playing Aquaman in the new DCU. Wonder Woman 3 was scrapped, and Henry Cavill is not coming back as Superman after all. So, of course, we wondered what happened with Robert Pattinson's Dark Knight and Reeves sequel plans. Then it goes on to say, who is writing the Batman sequel? When we sat down with Reeves, we had to ask him if he was shooting any films this year. At first, the director tried to play coy by telling us, "I'm not going to answer that question, but we are working on a movie. I'll put it to you that way." But then he revealed, "We're deep in it, and my partner and I are writing." His partner's name is Mattson, and I are writing, and it's really exciting, and I'm really excited about what we're doing. Tomlin also worked with Reeves on the Batman script. During our interview, Reeves also said that he's really excited to be doing that with Rob because I just think he's such a special person and actor. So while Gunn and Safran's DC Universe changes have made many question the future of Pattinson and Reeves' Batman sequel, unless something radically changes, fans can look forward to seeing the sequel. Then it goes on, the last thing here, it says, the gorgeous new limited edition Cloverfield 4... we're not talking about Cloverfield. So, yeah, we do know that it is coming, and with that, I'm going to jump in here because this is where it starts talking about the Penguin. And let me kind of shift that so you guys can see it too. This is where they start talking about the Penguin. This is coming from the direct. And it says, another confirmation made its way online, clearing the air surrounding Matt Reeves' The Batman project in relation to James Gunn's upcoming DC revamp. Recently, Reeves gave fans an update on how his sequel and Robert Pattinson's superhero outing is doing. The director noted that he and his partner are deep in it, working on the script. Even still, fans can't help but feel worried that the big reboot plans from James Gunn and Peter Safran could get in the way of everything. After all, Gunn did note that the Batman is a big part of their upcoming shared universe. Thankfully for fans of Reeves' work, it looks like there's still no need to worry. In an interview with Yahoo, the Batman director Matt Reeves shared how his upcoming DC project will still exist alongside James Gunn and Peter Safran's DCU. Reeves noted that he is set to have a meeting with DC Studios CEOs later in the month, noting how hard they have all been working on their respective projects. We've talked a few times. I'm supposed to get together with James and Peter sometime this month. They've been working I can never say that.
Frivolously.
Fervorously. I'm telling you, some words like there was one last night that I couldn't say either. But I can never say.
Yeah.
On what they're doing, and I've been working hard with my partners on what we're doing, all of our shows and stuff. The Batman director also teased a small bit about what the meeting will entail, saying that they will discuss what the arcs of these two things are. So we're gonna have a sit down where we talk about everything that's going on and what the arcs of these two things are. I'm excited to hear about what they're doing. Reeves' separation of the Batman universe and Gunn's DCU as two things does seem to indicate that Robert Pattinson's franchise will indeed be coexisting alongside the new slate that the Guardians of the Galaxy director is currently working on. So, where's the shit about the Penguin? Oh, here it is. Okay, I was about to say, what the fuck? Then it says, it's looking like Robert Pattinson has far more luck than Henry Cavill, Dwayne Johnson, and Gal Gadot combined. Gunn previously admitted that he's a big fan of Reeves' work, which is almost certainly a big factor in the survival of the director's Batman projects. I don't think that is it. If he signed a multi-year contract, I mean, they could buy him out of his contract, but if he signed a multi-year contract, I think his contract has a lot to do with the reason why. And not just that, what the film did in numbers. It was the best DC film this year. Yeah. So
it was very well received.
Right.
And also, if you can have a Batman franchise that's outside of your DC stuff and have Batman in your DC stuff, Batman puts asses in seats.
Batman puts asses in seats. Our theater was packed.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, mine too. Yeah,
it was packed.
You can literally. Just.
Yeah, you put your asses in the seats for sure.
Seats in two different ways with two different Batmans.
Right. There's a Gunn previously admitted that he's. Oh, I said that. Then this is the last thing on the Penguin here. It says on top of the Batman 2, two additional shows set in the same universe are still in the works at HBO Max. The Penguin, and one based on Arkham Asylum, where the Joker and the Riddler currently reside. Other Elseworld stories that are confirmed are the sequel to The Joker, which is currently filming in Tanashi Coates' Black Superman project, which is still alive in development. I believe that is J.J. Abrams that is going to be directing directing that. And yes, that is the Val Zod Black Superman film that they're still working on. So then it goes on to say the Batman is currently streaming on HBO Max, while the sequel is currently estimated to arrive at some point in 2025. So we know that the Penguin's still going on. We know that the Arkham Asylum project is still going on. I believe the Clayface series is still going to be going on as well. I think they're trying to tie all that into that overall Matt Reeves Batverse that they're doing, Pattinson universe. So it's exciting. It's cool to see. I know I've seen some people saying I'm not checking for a Colin Farrell Penguin series. I am, and the reason I thought he was great as Penguin. I thought he was great as Penguin. Now, what that could be about? Are we going to see Batman in it? I doubt it. I doubt we'll see Robert Pattinson's Batman in it. But and then you can make the argument, well, then Darius, why are we watching this? Because again, it's one of those things where it's a project without the character, the franchise's main character in it. Well, it is not exactly, because this is gonna still tie into the next films. Like, from my understanding, the Penguin series is going to tie directly into Batman 2. Yeah. So it's not without the franchises. It's not the same.
It's still there. It's you're having series developing these characters before we get into the next movie. It's not similar to me at all, honestly.
Yeah, no, it's not.
There isn't a Spider-Man film. We only have these Venom and then Carnage, and we're getting the conservationist Craven.
Yeah, agreed. Right, Craven. Yeah. I don't think that I think that it's still going to be pretty cool to see all this stuff tied together and everything like that. So I'm pretty excited for it. Like I said, we know that the HBO Max series are coming. We know obviously now that that's going to be coming in 2025. Matt Reeves is deep in to writing the film, and which
is exciting.
Is exciting. I would even say, he started probably writing this the minute he finished the first one, because the demand of having to get this stuff out, having to start, if the films come out in 2025, they're going to have to start shooting late 2023, early 2024, late 2023. So, but as always, question is for you guys. Let us know down below in the comments, and I did not put that shit up on the article.
Oh, really? I thought you did.
Did I? I don't think I did.
Nope. Because now it just now popped up.
I don't think I did. But, as always, question is for you
That's
guys.
what it looked like.
Let us know down below in the comments what you guys are thinking about what is going on with Matt Reeves and him saying that he is deep in writing for the Batman sequel, knowing that the Penguin series is still going to be tying into the Batman sequel. It's going to be on HBO Max. We got the Arkham Asylum series that's also going to be tying into the Pattinson universe. We also believe to still be having the Clayface series that's going to be tying into that as well. And then the overall just Pattinson universe that Matt Reeves is building, knowing that it's still going to be separate. And I've said that from the beginning. I never believed Pattinson's Batman was going to be brought into the DCU.
Just a different
It's
feel,
completely different.
level,
Completely different, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, look at the two pictures there, and I will put that back up so you can see it. The two pictures there, completely different vibes.
Yes.
Like, obviously, animation or comic right there, and live action, but just looking at his Batman, that picture there in that universe, I don't see his Batman interacting with the Supes, interacting with the Green Lantern Corps or anything like that. Like, I don't even know how you would make that even work with what we saw in the Batman, but maybe you know a way that it could. So, again, question is for you guys. Let us know below in the comments what you guys are thinking.